I know, I know. Wow, it's been a while. Yes, yes, I am in fact still alive and kicking, thankfully happier than ever. That being said, I've returned to ruin my mental. Just kidding, I'm just kidding. But on a serious note, how many of you are still around? Or at least remember subscribing to me all those years ago? Anyone? For those of you who have no idea who I am and somehow found this video, hello! My name is Artistry. That wasn't always this channel's name, but we won't talk about the past right now. Because I know Artistry isn't the easiest to pronounce, just call me Star to keep things simpler. I used to post on this channel a gazillion years ago, it feels like, but I stopped because school became too much and life became too real. Now, however, I am free to do as I like, and here I am returning to this channel, except I have different plans this time. First and foremost, let me just go ahead and say now I won't be posting the same content I posted 4 years ago. Now, before you click off the video, give me a chance, hear me out. Let me explain myself. On my break, I didn't entirely forget about social media as I probably should have. Instead, I got more into my hobbies like painting and reading, and from reading came a newfound hobby of mine. I began to write a book. An action fantasy book with a spark of romance, for those of you who are wondering. I used to do texting stories back in the day that are no longer around because I became far too embarrassed to keep them up. But if you do happen to remember that, or maybe you were there for that era, you might remember that I had some pretty decent storylines that with a lot of editing and fixing could become something. I do think because of that phase in my life and my reading hobby, a mix of those both inclined me to write this book. So yeah. Now we're here, and my book is completely done and finished on Wattpad for free, where I highly encourage you to check it out if you would like to. I do have a paperback version and a Kindle version available on Amazon if that is what you prefer. However, I highly encourage you to read it for free on Wattpad because it's, well, free. And you might like it. You never know unless you try, so why not give it a try somewhere that's free? Anyway, as for the plan for this channel's future, I have quite big dreams. Over the past few years, during the time I didn't post, I developed a love for games I didn't know I had. I absolutely love playing them, and what better way to connect with others than to share my very mediocre gameplay with the world? That being said, I would like to make both book and gaming content creation for this channel in the future, and even mix best of both worlds when I can. To have the opportunity to connect two audiences that would otherwise be strangers to each other sounds incredibly fun. Of course, with this newfound dream and realization, I understand comes criticism, because I'm putting my content out there knowing that people will either like it, hate it, or just not care. And I'm okay with that. I've come to terms with that. So here I am, giving you all a heads up on my future content goals for this channel and the next type of video you'll see from me. I do understand that this is not the same thing you all subscribed for, so I completely understand if you are going to unsubscribe after this, but I do hope that some of you find even the slightest bit of enjoyment in what I have to bring to the table. That's all I wanted to say for today. My goal was to keep it roughly short, so I hope I did well. Thank you to any and all who got to the end of this video, and I hope to see you all in my first video comeback. Bye now!